We always get out of the building. We always made our way out all the time. You know, it didn't seem like it would ever happen to us. On December 3rd, I recall we got called in, a normal 3-alarm fire, so it was no big deal.
The cold storage building was built in the early 1900s. It was built with very thick walls, 36-inch walls, and it had multiple layers of insulation. The fire started by a homeless couple using a small little campfire for heat.
It compounded because they left without telling anybody and just ran off, and we thought people were in the building.
Engine 1, you're reporting heavy smoke showing at 1816.
First alarm came in. They had smoke showing. They went in and did some investigation.
And we were coming down Grafton Street, and we're right at the Rotary. There was a big plume of white smoke, which is always good because most building fires, it's black.
The rescue company initiated their search of the building.
Jerry and Paul went into the roof and just thought, no big deal. They'll just keep on walking down until they find the fire or find their way out.
Came around the corner right up the street here on Franklin Street, and I was like, what the hell happened? Everything had gone black. Everything was now black smoke, and I hear guys starting to get a little frantic on the radio. You know, I knew that something changed for the worse.
This quickly rose to something that Worcester was never accustomed to.
Went running to the front of the building, and this was just about the time that the 4th alarm was being sounded.
I was home at the time and got a phone call that there were 2 people missing. By the time I got to my station to get my gear, there was now 6.
The cold storage fire was so unique because of how the building was cut up. It was just a cut-up building with stairwells that went to different floors and stopped.
Just think of yourself in a giant room. If you can't see anything and you get in that room, how do you know how you're going to get out?
We walked in the first floor, and it was clear as day. You got to the top of the stairs on the 2nd floor, you couldn't see a thing.
It was lights out. You can't see your hand in front of your face.
At that point, guys were saying, you know, we're lost, and it was surreal.
Apparently, they couldn't find their way back to the stairwell to the roof. They couldn't find their way to the stairwell to the ground floor. Eventually, they called a mayday, and a lot of crews went in looking for them.
All the guys came in. I mean, retirees came in to help. Everybody came in to do what they could do.
It was a tornado of fire that he saw. It was just a tornado of fire. It was out of control.
You hear the term white-hot fire. This was actually white fire, which they estimated between 2,000 and 3,000 degrees.
These guys were going to do everything they could to get their brothers out.
We wanted to go look for these guys, but that was the worst thing we could have done.
Finally, about an hour and 45 minutes into the fire, Chief McNamee had the understanding that if they continued, they were going to lose more than 6, many more.
And he was like, that's it, everybody out.
It was devastating.
I still really didn't sink in that they weren't going to come out. So that's the thing that always stuck out in my mind. Just sitting outside right here, the fire was right here, and we were on that street right there looking at it thinking, all right, they're going to be in the back, they're going to open up a side doorway or something. It just never happened.
The people that everybody refers to as the Worcester Six were actual guys, and it was the first 2 that we lost were Jerry Lucy and Paul Brotherton, and then the 4 that we had subsequently lost in searching for them were Tommy Spencer and Timmy Jackson, Jay Lyons, and Joe McGuirk.